Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to talk about teaching yoga for a living. It's something that I do. I'm a yoga teacher and I have been doing that full time for the past, I want to say 3.5 years, I think. How did I get there? How did it all happen? So I will share with you my journey, my story, how it happened for me, and I'll give you some tips if you are considering becoming a yoga teacher. This might be helpful for you. The first and most important thing for being a yoga teacher is having a nice, strong, solid home yoga practice. So before you're able to guide others through yoga sequences, you have to be able to guide yourself through it. So that's the first tip. Work on your yoga practice, on your home yoga practice. Before I did my teacher training, I think I've been practicing for 3 or 4 years before signing up for a teacher training. First I took classes at a studio. Later I couldn't afford going to a studio, so I just practiced at home with Pinterest, with YouTube, with books. I just collected whatever pieces of information I could and applied it to my home practice and experimented, and this really taught me to think as I practice. So not only do something I have memorized, but find logical connections between the asanas and put it together. So that was really helpful, and that's what made it possible for me to teach before I did my teacher training. So I actually started teaching my first students before signing up for a teacher training. A friend of mine asked me to teach him. He also couldn't go to yoga studio, so I was like, all right, I'm not sure if what I'm doing is right, but I will do my best. And I started teaching him, and then later on another friend joined, and I had a little group of 3 people, and that was the beginning of my teaching career. And even though the sequencing and everything wasn't as polished or as clean and correct as it could be and should be, just the fact that I shared my knowledge and my experiences with other people prepared me a lot to become a yoga teacher. So with this I'm trying to say that a certificate won't make you be able to teach automatically. You will learn to teach by teaching. So I started a little before that, and through these classes I discovered that this is so amazing. I really loved doing that. It was so much fun. The time flew by, I didn't even know how, and so yeah, I really fell in love with teaching, and that even ensured me to sign up for a teacher training. So that made me decide, like, okay, I really want to do this, I really need to do this. You can sign up for a teacher training for 2 reasons. You can either want to deepen your yoga practice, and that's actually what many people do, and I think it's amazing because the yoga teacher training summarizes all the different parts of yoga into a nice bundle that you can understand. So that's really good. Or you can sign up for a teacher training to teach later on. Teacher training really gives you the very basis. Doing a teacher training, you only start scratching the surface of yoga practice and everything. So but it's really important to do it and to pick a good one. So if you're still looking for a teacher training, I suggest you try out teachers, go to yoga workshops, yoga conferences, go to different yoga studios, and look for a person that inspires you. Learning about yoga from someone is going to leave a footprint on you. It's really going to influence how you see things and how you understand yoga. and it's important to find someone or a studio that resonates with you. So finding a studio that resonates with you is really important. And then after graduating a teacher training, you have to start teaching as soon as possible, and you have to take as many opportunities as you get, or every single opportunity that you get to teach. This is what our teacher told us at the teacher training. After you graduate, you should take every opportunity to teach that you get, because that's how you become a good teacher. So yeah, it's like driving a car. You know, you can do your driver's license, you can pass the exam, but then you're going to learn how to be a good driver by driving. So it's the same with teaching yoga. I thought and hoped after graduating the teacher training that I was gonna get hired by the studio that hosted the training, but I didn't, and I didn't get hired by anyone actually, because I was this young, inexperienced yoga teacher, freshly graduated yoga teacher with no reputation, no references. So it's really hard to get your foot in the door, especially at the beginning after graduating. And the best way to find a job in the yoga realm is through connections. So if you have a studio where you're going all the time and you know the teachers and the teachers know you, by socializing and networking, it's the best way to get your foot in the door. Maybe first start as a sub teacher, so that you can substitute if somebody gets sick or is on vacations, and then later on you might be able to get some regular classes. So I started sending out applications after the teacher training, and no one even responded. So if you send an application and no one responds, that's normal. It's sad, but it's, you know, like there's so many yoga teachers in the world right now. So yeah, why would anyone pick you? So you have to try harder. And I saw that I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't getting any teaching gigs, so I had to organize it for myself. It was my, you know, plan B. When nobody was giving me classes, I had to create the classes myself. And I started teaching again the friend I taught at the very beginning, and some other friends joined, and I also opened the classes for public. I created Facebook page for my yoga thing. I called it Sara Ticha Yoga, and I had Instagram at the time with 2,000 followers. So I would put it on social media, put it online. I created a website, and I was just putting myself out there. What really helped me to get people was Facebook. So creating Facebook events for every single class that I taught, and inviting my friends there and telling them to click at least on interested, because then their friends will see that they're interested in some event, and that's how I can get more people into the class. And that worked for me really, really well, way better than paying an ad on Facebook, because I tried that as well. It didn't work for me, but this event thing worked, and Instagram worked a little bit as well. So yeah, and then word of mouth is what really helps getting people to take your classes. So when you do a good job and your students enjoy it, they will tell their friends, and that's how I got most of my students. So there were some coming through social media, but most of them came because somebody told them that my classes were nice. So that's that. And so that's how you organize classes by yourself if you're not working with studios. After some time, after working only by myself, I got my first teaching gig at a yoga studio. At a fitness studio. And I took it. It was really super far away, and the pay was really, really bad. And it took me, like, the whole thing took me 3.5 to 4 hours, and I would get close to nothing for that. But still, it was a teaching experience, so I went for it because I wanted to get my experience. And then when you're patient and you work hard and you do a good job, and people are happy with you, you will start attracting and getting more teaching opportunities, and also your confidence as a yoga teacher will go higher. So what was my big thing at the beginning, I thought I couldn't do it because of all the reasons why not. You know, I was too young, I was too inexperienced, I was this, I was that, and so I was applying for jobs, but I didn't even believe in myself. And why would somebody else believe me and trust me to guide their class if I don't even trust myself? So that's a big thing. You have to believe in yourself and you have to trust yourself, and not in this way like, oh, I'm better than everybody else, but in this way that I really care about this and I will do my best, and I will do more than my best to teach a nice class. So that's the kind of confidence you want to have. So my confidence started, going a little higher, and I reapplied at the yoga studios, and I got another job, and from there it just got easier. So once you get some experiences, then it gets better. But the first and most important thing, especially after graduating, is teaching your friends, teaching your family, teaching the friends of your friends. Just do it, and be open to learn and to improve. Graduating a teacher training doesn't mean that you're done, like now you know everything and that's it. Like, no, like it's the very beginning. So you do your teacher training, you start teaching, and then you start educating yourself even more. You read books, you go to yoga workshops, find people who inspire you, who find a role model or role models, and try to get to their proximity, and then soak up their vibe and their knowledge, and just spend time around people who you want to become. So that's really what helped me to become a yoga teacher. So the beginnings are I would say the toughest, but you have to, if you have a good enough motivation, then you're gonna do it. Whether it's teaching yoga or something else, if the reason why is strong enough, you're gonna figure out the how part. And for me, my reason why was really clear. It was the clearest thing that I had, because I knew how much I loved doing that and how much I believed in that. And I still do believe that yoga practice is amazing and it's going to benefit every person that does it. So, and I want to be someone who spreads this, who represents that and who stands for that. So with this, I was figuring how to do it, but I knew it's gonna work out because I believed in that. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you have some questions, ask me in the comment section, and I thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.